Honorable mention number 1, Columbia. This is a brand that will not surprise anybody. It's been around for a long time. Most of the stuff isn't worth looking at. The reason it's an honorable mention is because it has a huge market size of 53,000 items. Sell-through rate on the men's jackets on Columbia is only 47%. That being said, there's so much of it out there, I thought it was worth a mention. If you do find a Columbia jacket and it's a puffer or one of the more popular styles, like perhaps this one, the wading jacket. If you find a Columbia jacket and it's really short on the bottom, there's a good chance it's a wading jacket. Those sell for more. And the camo Gore-Texes sell for a lot. Puffers sell for a lot. And if you do find a leather one, that'll go well too. So there are some Columbias. So that's it for I don't want to go too much more into that. Next we have Levi's. Honorable mention. It doesn't have a great sell-through rate. It's only 52%. But the market size is 28,000, so there's a lot of these out there being bought and sold. The denim jackets do the best for Levi's. The Sherpa denim jackets have a high sell-through rate too. Anything that's out of the ordinary will do well. Hooded camo jacket, that's an obvious pickup. Anything that looks military is a good pickup for Levi's. Denim jackets, Levi's, all day long. If you find a Levi's denim, especially in bigger sizes, it's going to be worth picking up. There are, however, some Levi's jackets that are better leaving behind, and you'll know them when you see them because they'll be very nondescript. They won't be denim. They won't have Sherpa. They won't look like anything. But if you do see a Levi's jacket you're not familiar with, pick it up, look it up. If it's denim, it's probably going to be a pickup. If it's Sherpa, definitely pick it up. You're not going to be a millionaire by finding one of these, but you got to at least check it out. Levi's is worth some respect. Eddie Bauer, market size 20,000. Another honorable mention, 54% sell-through rate. Not too much to say here. If you find one of the styles that we talked about in my videos, puffers, leather jackets, anything out of the ordinary or extreme cold weather that looks military, a bomber, like this here, perfect example. Eddie Bauer, a trash or semi-trash, middle of the road, kind of boring brand. You find one of these, pick it up. If you find the First Ascent, I don't see any here, but if you do find a First Ascent by Eddie Bauer, it's a completely different subline, and they sell really well, and they mostly have puffers. I'm surprised we haven't seen a First Ascent. But we can find out really fast, so I can show you what they look like. These sell quite a bit better, and for more money. This one's new, but this was sold cheap. So $60, not bad. $40, not too bad. So the First Ascent line sells really well. That's the point. So that's enough of these honorable mention brands, except there are two more. Woolrich, 58% sell-through rate. Nothing to get excited about, but some do well. The Canvas Sherpa lines will go well. Look at that, it's $90 for that. The work jackets, like this one here, it's a wool jacket. Anything wool by Woolrich, obviously. Woolrich, that's their thing. That's what they're known for. It's worth a pickup. This is a clear pickup. You find a heavy plaid wool jacket, grab it. Anything vintage by Woolrich is most likely going to be worth it. This is obviously an old hunting jacket from the 70s. If you see a 4-pocket jacket by Woolrich, grab it. Anything with the old pattern, southwestern pattern or plaid, there's a good chance to be buying it. Other Woolrich stuff, modern stuff, thin jackets, windbreakers, forget it. And I'm surprised this is only an honorable mention, but we're talking about jackets overall in men's. Okay, we're not getting into specific niches of jackets. Polo Ralph Lauren, as a brand, men's jackets has a 60% sell-through rate. There are Polo Ralph Laurens, lots of them you should be grabbing. That being said, not all of them are worth your time because the sell-through rate isn't that great. It's not terrible. This time of year, you're going to get lucky more than not with Ralph Lauren. So I'd say almost any Polo Ralph Lauren you find, pick it up and look it up at least. But holy crap. If you find this anorak jacket, grab it. There's a lot of good Polo Ralph Laurens, but that could be a whole complete different video like I did for the Polo Ralph Lauren sweaters. So that was the honorable mentions. Not great sell-through rates, but brands you should know about and be looking at. Next we have the 80 to 99% sell-through rates. Fjallraven, sell-through rate's 94%, so pretty impressive. If I find any Fjallraven jacket, I'm going to buy it, unless it's super expensive. 94% is not 100%, but it's pretty damn close. And this time of year, you can't really go wrong. That's why I'm mentioning it, because it's worth mentioning. So anything, it doesn't really matter what it is. The more it matches the current trendy styles, the better it's going to be. Again, anything puffer, just you should know by now. Next, we have the North Face. This is one of the largest markets, 25,000. Sell-through rate of 92.5%. North Face puffers all day long. Anoraks, grab them. Racers are always good. So anything you find North Face that's either a puffer or racer, I don't know if they make leather stuff, I would assume they do, but anything that's a parka even like this, grab it. And a lot of their collaborations are good too. So North Face, think about grabbing it if you find it. Most likely you will be grabbing it. Hugo Boss is next. Not a brand that I pick up in regular clothes unless it's special. The jackets, however, have a 90% sell-through rate across the whole brand for men's jackets. They do have some formal wear. You may want to look at the formal wear if you find a Hugo Boss blazer or suit jacket, sport coat. That's their bread and butter. The regular jackets, fleece jackets and stuff can be okay. Most likely it'll sell within 90 days. There's a 90% chance of that. So Hugo Boss, I give it a yeah. Most likely you'll buy it. Next we have Uniqlo. Keep in mind we haven't gotten into the 100% sell-through yet. So these are just, you should be aware of them. Uniqlo, not a brand I pick up. Jackets, however, 89% sell-through rate. Pretty good. So they do have their usefulness as a brand. $30 for a down puffer jacket, that's pretty cheap. Uniqlo is not an expensive brand. It's a kind of a fast fashion mall brand, but their jackets do get some love. So if you find one of these padded volume jackets, $165, I'll take that. Anything Gore-Tex, grab it. So yeah, Uniqlo, it's worth looking up. Just because it's a trash brand doesn't mean you shouldn't be looking at the jackets. Second to last for the honorable mention 90%, we have J. Crew, sell-through of 83%, believe it or not. This here, the utility jacket, $80. I'd buy that, wouldn't you? $40, $65 for a Primaloft quilted vest. Anything quilted, it's probably going to be worth it. Anything vintage, probably going to be worth it. Anything wool, probably going to be worth it. So J. Crew, be on the lookout. One of my favorite outdoor brands, even though it's didn't start out that way, but I've kind of started to fall in line with LL Bean. I really didn't like it that much for years, and now I'm starting to warm up to it. LL Bean is something, you keep an eye out for certain things, okay? 9,700 full market size for men's jackets, which is smaller than I thought it would be. Some of their stuff does quite well. Like, I'm going to sound like a broken record. Puffers, leather jackets, anoraks with hoods, parkas, canvas, work coats, chore coats, anything with Sherpa, anything with drawstring hoodies, anything rain, anything that's waterproof or Gore-Tex. I think I said Gore-Tex, but even if it's not Gore-Tex, it can still be waterproof. So in the LL Bean brand, anything that's waterproof, puffer, leather, Gore-Tex, chore coat, hard canvas, think about picking it up. Sell-through rate's 80% across the whole jacket line. So you're better off than not to grab it if it's an LL Bean and it's cheap. So that covers the not quite 100% sell-through rates and the honorable mentions. Now we're going to get into the 100% sell-through rate. So starting right now, everything I talk about is going to be 100% sell-through rate or more. First, we have Patagonia. This should surprise no one. Total market size is 20,000 units bought and sold. You know what to look for. I've said it 100 times. With Patagonia, anything you find that's a jacket, pick it up and resell it. It's going to sell within 90 days. If you see something like this, that's a good day for you. The better sweaters, the puffers, the cinchillas, basically anything from Patagonia. Get familiar with their line. If I were you, I would spend a little time on Patagonia's website looking at their current styles and spend some time in the eBay solds and get to know these things, because the more you expose yourself to it, sometimes some weird glitches in the matrix can come unstuck and the stuff will start finding you. I don't know why it works, but I'm telling you it's a real thing. Next we have USGI, sell-through rate of 119%, and this is all going to be military stuff. Okay, now let's see if we can find a tag on these. This military stuff can be really, really funky. because some of the stuff I find out there, nobody buys. I come across this stuff all the time. There's a military base nearby. I come across stuff all the time, and most of it, no one wants it. The jackets right now, this time of year, 119% sell through. Tag looks like this, nondescript, U.S. military jacket. Get it. 120% sell through rate. We have our friend Kith. Total market size is pretty small at 522. 120%. Anything Kith, grab it. You're going to do best with all the styles I've already talked about a million times. Puffers, anorak, these kind of Letterman looking jackets, bombers. These are the styles people want. Kith is famous for their collabs. Tommy and Kith, that's a good one. So yeah, definitely Kith. Next we have Barbour, or Barbour, spelled the old English way, the British way. Some would say the correct way. I'm American, so I don't have an opinion on this because I only speak 1.5 languages anyway, so who listened to me? Barbour has a sell-through rate of 120%. Anything you find from Barbour that's a jacket, you're going to buy, you're going to resell it. You're going to do best with puffers, etc. I won't even say it. Next we have Icebreaker, great brand, very small market size because people like to keep them. 277 total market size, 140% sell-through rate. Pretty good. Anything Icebreaker, grab it. Let's look at a tag. I feel like you know the tags by now. If you watch any of my videos, you know a lot of these tags. This is what Icebreaker looks like. This surprised me quite a bit, so let me have a dramatic pause. Dickies, better sell-through rate than Icebreaker. Let me repeat myself. Dickies has a better sell-through rate than Icebreaker on the jackets. I don't get it, but it is what it is. This is the truth. I only bring you the numbers. Dickies, 2,400 market size used. 4,100 market size. 2,400 was the solds. 4,100 market size, 141% sell-through rate. Anything Dickies, grab it, sell it. I've been passing on Dickies. I'm going to be honest. I don't find many jackets where I live to begin with, but I have seen several Dickies jackets since it started getting semi-cold. And I haven't picked up any single one of them. So I don't make these videos just for y'all because sometimes I learn stuff. And this is something I learned. Grab Dickies, all of them, all the time, all the Dickies jackets you can find. Next we have Carhartt. Surprise, surprise. Everybody knows about Carhartt. But did you know this? And this blew my mind. People are paying extra for beat up, distressed, paint spots, holes. Now the only thing I can attribute this to is a strange fashion trend, like the whole grunge thing that was going on for a while. People wanted destroyed flannel shirts and tore up jeans. People still do the tore up jeans thing. But paying extra for a Carhartt jacket that only has 5 months left to live seems silly to me. But I don't make the rules. I just try to make the money. So Carhartt, total market size, 39,000 bought and sold on eBay. 160% sell-through rate. That's pretty good. And if you find something vintage or beat up like this bad boy, you're going to get more. By the way, brand new, I don't think these hoodies are very much. So, yeah, you know what? Let's find out. So this is what constantly cracks me up. eBay, it's like its own little universe. It's almost like the people that shop on eBay frequently don't understand what's going on the rest of the internet. You can buy brand new Carhartt zip up heavyweight thermal hoodies and midweights for 69 to 79 bucks. 85 bucks for the rain defender. Flame resistant, that's when it gets into the over the 150s. But brand new Carhartts can be 50 to 60 bucks, okay? And yet a blown out trashed one is 77 bucks. And this thing that's completely beat up is 129. So I just thought that was kind of funny. But any Carhartt you find that is a jacket and it's men's, you're going to buy it as long as the buy cost isn't too much. The one thing I haven't gone over too much in this video is the sold prices. Here's the deal. Between $30 and $200 is the average sold price for everything on this list that I'm talking about so far. That way I don't have to say it every time for each brand and make the video longer, because I know how everybody loves long videos. So, Carhartt's between 30 and the ones you're going to see in this video between $30 and 200. Some of them will be more, especially if it has dog poop on it, it's torn in half, smells like urine, has been drugged through the mud, and as long as it looks like you're a real construction worker, then you'll probably get $600 for it. All right? Next, we have Mountain Hardwear. Don't sleep on Mountain Hardwear because it's 161% sell-through rate. Every single jacket will sell within 90 days. Here are some examples that what I speak is the truth. Here's $79, 74 pesos, 22 ducats, 44. Lots of 44 pennies. I was going to say something clever and it just escaped me. So yeah, Mountain Hardwear. Let's look at a label for those of us who still need to see it. There it is. You find that, grab it no matter what, if it's a jacket, period. Now we're getting closer. Todd Snyder is our next victim. This is a brand that in general does really well for me. That being said, some of it's not that great. The jackets are the bee's knees. 166% sell-through rate, total market size of 322. Not very common to find a Todd Snyder jacket, but their polo shirts and t-shirts are everywhere. Long sleeves, not so much. But yeah, any Todd Snyder jacket, you're going to grab it. Let's take a look at this wonderful specimen. $200. Look at that. Very, very boring tag. Very easy to miss if you don't know. First time I found out this was a brand worth looking at, I realized in my mind I had passed it several times. Because when you tear through racks like most of us do, it's funny how your brain takes a little snapshot of the tags and you don't even know you're doing it. So you'll revisit something months after learning that it was something to pick up, and your brain will go, I've passed on that. So I know I passed on Todd Snyder before I knew that it was a thing. But I'll never do that again. Next we have Arc'teryx. Everybody knows Arc'teryx. 196% sell-through rate. For now we're getting into the 200% after this. Arc'teryx, you're going to get it no matter what. 9,800 total units bought and sold. 196% sell-through rate. These can go for quite a bit if you find the right ones. However, the ones that we're covering are like between 30 and 200, sometimes a little bit more. Anything Arc'teryx, grab it. Mostly they're going to be hooded jackets, parkas, things that are cold weather. I'm not sure that they have many. Actually, they do have some windbreakers and stuff, so be aware. Anything Arc'teryx, we're going to look at a tag in case you're new to my videos. I know I've shown these Arc'teryx tags before, but to all my new people, thank you very much. I really appreciate you being here. Take a look. There's an Arc'teryx tag. It looks like a fossil find or something that you might see on old episodes of Doctor Who come to life and stare at you. There it is. Arc'teryx. Next we have Cool. How cool is that? Otherwise spelled as K-U-H-L. K-U-H-L, we have a sell-through rate of an impressive 239%. Total market size 3,117 items. So anything cool, let's look at a tag right away. I'll spare you the suspense. Here's the tag. You see that on anything, even if it's not a jacket, chances are high you're going to grab it. Thing with Cool, they love their little catchy names. So try to find a style code and look up the name because you'll make way more money for the item if you know what it actually is. Don't say cool bomber jacket. Don't say cool puffer jacket. Don't say cool denim jacket. Find the style code, find the name of it, and call it that in your title. If you can't find a style code, go on eBay, go on Poshmark, look at the items, find one that matches yours, and find some poor bastard who already did the work and steal their title. There we go. Next we have Mr. Buck Mason. Made in the USA, most of it. Buck Mason jackets, sell-through rate 272%. That's really, really good. Market size is small, 149 units. Anything you find Buck Mason jacket, grab it, sell it. It's a BOLO for sure. Buck Mason all day long. Next, with an impressive sell-through rate of 272% and a market size of 276 units bought and sold on eBay in the last 90 days, we have Ibex. Yes, Ibex is the brand, and it will sell almost for sure within 30 days. If you get the right piece, it might sell this week. So look at Ibex. Anything by them, especially the popular styles, puffers, canvas jackets, work chore coats, anything cold weather. Here's the tag. I'm trying to get better at showing the tags because I just realized not everybody's been doing this 1,000 years. There's the tag, and actually there's the actual tag. So it's like a little face of an actual Ibex. So trivia question, Ibex, I believe they're like skinny, smaller, mountain goat looking dudes. And as far as I know, They're one of the best climbers in the world. So maybe that's why Ibex likes to specialize in mountain gear or outdoor gear, climbing gear. I don't know. Ibex. You're going to get it if you find it, and that's for sure. Okay, we only have 2 left for this section. Next we have Rowe. If I'm not mistaken, Rowe is one of the famed Huckberry brands. Total market size 262. Hang on to your hats, kids, because this is exciting. Sell-through rate 445 percentage points. That's correct. That is not a typo. That is not me misspeaking. 445% sell-through rate for Rowe. If you find this brand, grab it before the clerk figures out what you got. It looks like this. Their flannel shirts are on fire as well. Anything Rowe, get it. Put it in your cart. Buy it as soon as you possibly can. Get out of the store, go home, put it on eBay, and count your money the next day. Last, but not last, with a staggering sell-through rate of 450%, it is the one and only Flint and Tinder. Another Huckberry brand, and a lot of their stuff does really well. The sell-through rate's good on pretty much everything I've ever found. The jackets, though, are out of this world, especially this time of year. Flint and Tinder jackets, you need to get them as soon as you find them. This is one of the most silly tags I've seen. Just black and white. Have you noticed this trend, how tags are getting more and more basic? Because I have. No one bothers paying a designer anymore to make a cool looking tag. Look at this Flint and Tinder tag. It looks like someone made it in Adobe Photoshop while they were drunk and stoned. And they took the weird font tool and curved the Flint because they thought they were being hipster. And now this is what we got. Look at this, $189. That's good. $250, I'd be happy with that. Oh, another thing too, if you find a Flint and Tinder, a Rowe, any other brand that's a Huckberry brand, it does help to put Huckberry in the title. Because a lot of dudes just know that Huckberry has stuff they like. So sometimes they'll go on eBay and just search for Huckberry stuff. Because Huckberry is a purveyor, I guess, I'm not sure. What's it called when you get a bunch of stuff and put it all in one place? Not purveyor, but it's going to come to my brain. Hold on. That's actually my brain functioning, working slowly in the background. Picture a circle buffering. I don't know. Let's move on. So Flint and Tinder, the #1 sell-through rate jacket, where most of the items sell for between $30 and $200. That's the #1, okay? But we're not done. We're not done. Why are we not done? Because there's still some 100% sell-through rate brands. It's just that they're worth more money than these. I did cover them in the last video, but I want this to be the only jacket video that you need to see. The next handful of jackets are worth $500 and more. So the honorable mention in this category is Fear of God. Not quite 100% sell-through rate, but it is 98.8%. Vintage Pendleton, specifying vintage, 100% sell-through rate exactly. Market size 2,800, bought and sold. This is the higher end, worth around $500 and a lot more. Very expensive, very good stuff. If you find any vintage Pendleton, you're going to pick it up, guaranteed no matter what. At 105% sell-through rate, by the way, we're going up in sell-through rate. This is Avarex bomber jackets, specifically bomber jackets by Avarex. Any Avarex bomber jacket, it's typically leather or thick wool. A lot of shearling or Sherpa. You find it and it's vintage, but you're going to grab it. Catan is next at 107% sell-through rate, market size 535. Anything Catan, worth a lot of money. If you find it, you're going to get it. It's going to sell no matter what. And let's see if we can get a tag in here. But there's the tag. It's got the red dot, and it'll say Catan Napoli underneath it. Very, very, very expensive Italian brand. Next, we have Filson. Filson sells all kinds of jackets. A lot of them worth $900 or more. They also do have some stuff in the lower tier. But any Filson is good. This one is the ones that are over $500 or close to. 3,800 market size, sell-through rate 123%. Next we have Loro Piana. It has a 131% sell-through rate, market size 1,673. This thing I went over in the last video. I'm not going to do it again, but that really happened. So Loro Piana is a fabric house in Italy, and they make very, very expensive wool and other fabrics that other brands use in their stuff. They also have a house brand called Loro Piana. If you find anything with the fabric or the brand, it's over 100% sell-through rate. In fact, it is exactly 131% sell-through rate. And it is pure fire, as the kids say. Next we have Canada Goose. I was reminded by a commenter, and thank you very much. I don't remember what your screen name was, but thank you very much for reminding me. Canada Goose is frequently copied, faked, and fraudulently made. So be very careful with Canada Goose. A lot of them are fakes. The ones that aren't are worth very good money. The sell-through rate is 135%. Total market size, 1,913. Guaranteed sale, worth good money. Any Canada Goose, as long as it's not fake, you're going to get it. And I'm not an expert on telling what Canada Goose is fake, but I have found so much fake stuff of other brands in my time. I'm a pretty good judge of trash can when I find it. A lot of the fakes are super bad. You're going to see crooked stitching. You're going to see fonts that don't look right. I am not an expert on Canada Goose. I'm not the guy to ask about this because I do not find a lot of these jackets where I live. But if you do find a Canada Goose, you're not sure, maybe go on the internet, check out some Facebook groups. There's going to be somebody that can tell you if it's bunk or not. Next, we have Arc'teryx. We already covered Arc'teryx, but just so you know, Arc'teryx does have stuff in the over $500 range, such as this $1,800 jacket. The Leaf jacket, which I was also informed in the comments. See, I love making these videos because people are a lot smarter than me. This is a military thing. The Leaf jackets are a military design, and that's why they go for so much, because they're made for that, and they can withstand just about anything. So that's what that's all about. Now we're down to the last two. Ralph Lauren Purple Label specifically, sell-through rate of 182%. Total market size 133. It's my second favorite Ralph Lauren brand, or my Ralph Lauren line. Or maybe it's my third favorite. I get those confused all the time, but I really like the black label, and my favorite for sure is the double RL. But Ralph Lauren Purple Label, find it, grab it, no matter what. These sell really quickly. Everybody loves a good shearling flight jacket. I just can't imagine wearing that, though, because the slightest thing is going to stain it. But I guess there are people that are a lot more careful than me, and they don't destroy clothing so much. So the number one, which is the number one in last time's video too, the Orvis Bison Leather. You find an Orvis Bison Leather jacket, it has a 600% sell-through rate. So I guess I saved the best for last. 600% sell-through rate for the Orvis Bison Leather. And obviously, these can go for quite a bit of money. But you know what I didn't cover in the last video, and I was mad that I didn't? I wonder what normal Orvis jackets are. So, 3,500 sold. Let's look at used. 2,900 sold, and 5,300 active. So, it's somewhere around the 50% mark, give or take. Now, check this out. Leather, 534 active, 398. Normal, Orvis leather, still pretty good chance it'll sell. But the Bison leather is going to be out of control. So that covers all of the jackets with over 100% sell-through that you need to be looking for. Keep in mind this is not a complete list because no one can know every single brand. Even if you scour eBay as hard as I do, there's a lot that I missed. If I did, I'm sorry. But I am going to take this moment to go through and show you the actual data that I have so that you can see the things that didn't make it in the video. All right, so here we have the whole list for my jackets, $30 to $200. So here are the brands that were in the video and weren't. So on the left we have the brands, then we have active, sold, market size, sell-through rate. So I'm not going to go through and say each one, but I just want to kind of go through. Schott is a big brand. They do have some stuff worth picking up. Hilfiger, everybody knows. Diamond Supply, not so much. Armani Exchange, it's not great. I thought it was about 50%, but apparently it's not. It's only 30%. and it goes up from there. So Adidas, I don't mess with Adidas or Nike because I don't know enough about it, and I have very limited time when I'm shopping. South Pole, no. G-Star, you would think, but no. Nike, if you know what to get it. Billabong, no. Obermeyer, some stuff, yeah. Down, big puffers, parkas, maybe, yeah. Old ski jackets, probably. Columbia, we talked about. If it's red, it means I talked about it because it's worth mentioning. Belstaff, Mammoth, Peregrine, all of these, almost 50%, maybe worth picking up if you see them. Went over those. Kenneth Cole, Vineyard Vines, Pollen Shark, all within the 50 range, but really not worth a video. Abercrombie, Berkspace, Stone Island, Michael Jordan. Some of the Stone Island stuff can go for a lot of money, but the sell-through rate's not good enough to make it in the video. Michael Jordan stuff, you know some of it can go for a lot of money, but sell-through rate's not great. ALO Yoga, great sell-through rate on other things, but jackets not so much. Woolrich we covered. Everlane, 60%. Polo Ralph Lauren, I don't know what happened there. 60%, we talked about it. Orvis, we just looked at. Barracuda, Battenware, Wilson Leather, Cabela's. Some Cabela stuff, if you find something new with tags with Cabela's, the sell-through rate goes up significantly. Rule or Rel, I don't know. 66%, pretty good. Helly Hansen can do well. Alpha Industries, Duluth, Lululemon. Regular Pendleton, not vintage, 69% sell-through. Winchester, yeah, the people that make guns, their camo jackets do good, but everything else, okay, not awesome, but pretty good. If you find a Winchester wool, worth it. Camouflage, worth it. Bergens of Norway, I've never seen one. The market size is really small. Chances are you'll never see one, but if you do, 71% sell-through rate might be worth picking up. Alex Mill, never seen it, never heard of it, but guess what? 73%. So that's the honorable mentions. All the rest of this stuff we talked about. So that's the actual data sheet. Just so you know what I'm reading off of and what I didn't put on the video.